Well, welcome back to terrific Trifecta Terry Tuesdays, as always, at Parx with yours truly, at HRT Rich, and over there. Terry, how are you?
I'm good. I'm doing really well. It's nice here. It's no rain today, so we're fine.
So a beautiful day out in terrific Terryland. Well, that's good to hear. Kind of a mixed bag yesterday at Parx. A couple of nice winners in there, and just kept getting close to those pick fours, and then in the last leg, completely missing out. Wish I had your long shot in that last pick four, Terry. Would have been a nice one.
Yeah. Although you did get one of the pick fours, didn't you?
Yeah, I got the one of them, the third one. I completely screwed up the second one, so
Yeah.
thankfully that 9 horse just blew it up altogether. Hopefully today, we can go between the two of us. We can have like a great baseball day, 4 for 4.
That'd be good.
Yeah, indeed. What's also good is free picks, always free picks. Today is opening day, I think, at FanDuel. It used to be Fairmount Park. It's where all the Chicago horses have gone off to run. So head on over to Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There is a link in the description down below. You can just click on the free track there and you will see in race number 1. I love this bar. Probably not something that you really want to have as part of your vocabulary on a regular basis anyway, but maybe something you want to have as part of your top picks today at FanDuel in the opening race there, Mr. Terry.
That's right.
All right, opening race for you and me at Parx is the first race. That's where we're going to cover 11 of them today, Terry. We're going to see a distance we became very familiar with yesterday.
Yeah, that's that 1.70 miles. It's a claiming race of $7,500 claiming price. First 20,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards, which have not won a race since January 16th.
And at 1 mile and 70 yards, the profile of a Parx winner, as we learned yesterday over and over and over and over and over and over again, is one horse that has some early speed. 41% of the time, the horse that gets the lead keeps the lead and goes right to the winner's circle, passing go and collecting the winner's check. You have a rail discount, so I am that I am. Might have to work a little bit harder than its odds show. 2 and 3, a little bit of a bonus. 4 through 7 get discounted, and then 8 and out also gets a bonus, Terry. 10,000 simulations. We're looking for horses that have simulation odds, hopefully, that we like, actually, whose simulation odds are lower than the post-time odds. We're also using those simulations to determine how many times they run a speed figure above par out of 10,000. You can see 7,070. 7,070, yes, for Screensaver to run a speed figure at 84 or better. Also, as we mentioned, 41% of the time, the horse that gets to the lead wins here. So we want to know who's got the lead. And look at that. Surprisingly, 41% of the time, Silver Edge. And then based upon that, how likely this horse's race is going to match its comfort zone. And C-zone is the score there, Terry. So it looks like, as I mentioned, the 7 horses, the one to chase. Any others are going to give it some competition?
Yeah, that 2 is going to be right there with that 7. They could go head to head. And then, of course, the 3 shows some speed. And then as far as the overlays go, the 3 has an overlay of about 4 to 5 to 3 to 1. The 7 has an overlay from about almost 4 to 1 to 9 to 2. 3, 2, and 9. 3, 2, and 7 show the best par plus numbers, and all but the 2 has some kind of a C-zone number.
Yes, indeed. You got a bunch of red and green in here, so a lot of opportunity for horses to show up today in the opener, and looks like an open race. As we look at the trip handicapping, you see most of these horses want to be middle back. The 6 and the 3, those 2 can pilot or co-pilot. The 9 wants to co-pilot. The 5 horse in there, We Be There, has a lot of versatility. Otherwise, everybody else wants to close. This race, the bias says speed should win. The race shape says speed should win. Looks like Super John, the E-horse, along with Silver Edge. That's a left arrow horse over there, Mr. Terry. You got Screensaver, another one that should be involved in the early speed, as well as Jarlane. So those 4, fastest of the bunch. Let's see of those who's got late legs. Screensaver showing some late race ability. In fact, tied for the most, or actually has the most. So you might not be able to pass what you can't catch in this place, Terry. Top total pace horse in here, Screensaver. 8 points clear of Silver Edge. That should be enough usually, especially with the race shape advantage, to win this race, Terry. But you decided to go a little different direction up top. No, we both went the same way.
No, I went with Screensaver, the 3. He's won 2 out of the last 3 starts, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then Silver Edge, the 7, is my second choice. Finished third versus similar in his last race, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. Jarlian, the 2, is my third pick, switches to high percentage winning trainer. And this trainer wins 32% of the races in the first race after claiming a horse. And this horse has a good workout on April 9th. And then the 10's my long shot, who won his last race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Our normal bets that we do each race is a $2 win bet on the first choice, and then a $1 exacta box on our first 2 choices, 50-cent trifecta box on our first 3 choices, and a 10-cent superfecta box on our first 4 choices. And that's the only other bet that I made in this race today.
I agree with you. The 3 horse with all of that total pace advantage, Terry, is the place to go. So that's where I'm going to start my picks with Screensaver. Aside from that, Screensaver, Jamie Ness, coming off of a win, wins at a high rate, was better late last time out, so showed some more late race enthusiasm and going to carry a little bit less distance today than last time out, so that should help too. Silver Edge, the 7 horses, we agree on the exacta. Going to get a 10-pound weight break in here, Terry. Improved a ton last time out, and this will be the classic third start after a layoff. A little bit of a longie for me in the third pick at number 11, Secret Path. Showed more race ability in the middle to the end of its last race. And this time around the track, like last time, should be closer to the front. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Finally, number 2, Jarlin. It's another Jamie Ness claim and drop. Wins at an astounding 51% in that number, Terry. So it could be a Ness exacta, too, to get started in the 3-2. Wouldn't be shocking at all to me for Jamie Ness. Race number 2 is what's next for us. But before we go off to race number 2, Terry, if you have some thoughts you want to share with us about any of the races at Parx, at any of the other 4 tracks running today, kindly hit us up in the comment section. If you have any questions, you have any suggestions, you want to interact in any way, just go ahead and please let us know. Hit us up in the comments. We always appreciate that activity. And just like Ad on Cue, how you doing, Andres? Hola, as well to you. Buenas tardes or buenas. Tardes is in the afternoon. I don't know how to say morning. I have to learn. All right, Terry, race number 2. I've learned all about that one. Spent a lot of time researching it again. We're going to do the same thing.
Yep, we're going to go a mile 70 yards again. It's a claiming race, $7,500 claiming price, $21,000 purse. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards, which have never won 3 races.
Yep, and 40% go wire to wire. The rail gets a little bit of a little bit of a discount. 2 and 3 get a little bit of advantage. 4 through 7, a little bit of discount. 8 and out, a little bit of an advantage. So a little bit of a every other advantage in race number 2. Terry, again, speed is a big factor, and we see 1 or 2 of them that look like they're a bit quicker than everybody else, although most have some chance to get to the front.
Yeah, most of them have some kind of speed, but that 3 shows the most speed, followed up by the 1. And then the 1 has overlay from about 8-5 to 5-2. The 3 has an overlay from about 8-5. Well, a little bit higher, maybe 9.
Maybe 9-5, yeah.
Yeah, to 7-2. The 1 and the 3 show the only par plus numbers, and they all have some kind of C zones, although the 5 is kind of low.
Yeah, it is. So you got a little bit of a green go horse in here with the 3. I would have liked to see this number above 50%. Only one doing that is Major Cam, the 7 horse. So that one should enjoy the pace the most. Our race shape shows us the 3 and 6 want to be your pilot or co-pilots. They have some versatility, especially the 6. These 3 want to pressure, so co-pilot, and the 2 is your lone closer. This shape, again, should favor horses that get towards the front. Disturbed will be up there, along with Esor. Do either of those 2 have some late legs? Esor's in the mix, but imagine this, the lone closer. It shouldn't really be all that far off the pace here. That one has the most late legs by about a length over everybody else. Our top 4 picks usually account for 70%, 72, 73% of the winners. Very competitive race in this spot, Terry. Only 8 points separating the top from the bottom. Any misstep, bump, or forced wide could be the difference between first or worst. And we just crisscrossed our exact as this time.
That's right. I started with the 7 Major Cam. He drops in class today, switches to high percentage winning trainer. This trainer wins 27% of the time in the first start with the trainer and switches to a high percentage winning jockey. Esor, the 3, ran second in his last race, only losing by a neck. He has the highest speed figure at today's distance and a good 5 furlong workout on April 6th. Roman Empire, the 1, is my third choice. He has a high percentage winning jockey, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. My long shots, 2, Imagine This, drops in class today and has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to play Miami Vice pick 4, the 137 with the 157 with the 2347 with the 1-8 $36 ticket.
I will start with the 3 horse. Esor. I almost really considered singling this one in my pick 4s, but I didn't. It is a green go horse, sort of, as we mentioned, green across the board here. Top total pace, so it looks like might be the best. Missed at a neck at this level last time out, which was way back in December, so might have to shake off a little bit of rust. However, the horse does have a lot of workouts prepping, so should be fit. And 5-pound weight break should give the horse as much as a 1 length weight advantage. Major Cam, the 7 horse, your top pick, going to drop in class. The last time he ran at this level, he actually won. And that was the last time he won. Number 1, Roman Empire. It looks like that one is our sim favorite. Maybe the horse improves in the second start after a layoff. Really good shot, along with the 3 to be forward at a distance where 40% go wire to wire. And he, as you mentioned, Terry, is the best par plus horse in the field. And then the lone closer, Imagine This, does have plenty of other horses to run down here. Shouldn't be all that far off the pace. And if that one comes out of the turn, second or third, the others might not be able to hold that one off by the time they get to the finish line. How you doing, Samuel? Let's see what he's got to say. I'm going to translate this to English so I can read it. It says that I like that one. I like at first in Parx. Which one are you talking about, Samuel?
What do you like in the first at Parx is what it says.
Is that what it says? Mine says a little bit different. Maybe your translation's a bit different than ours.
There
are picks in the first race at Parx. You can see them right there, Samuel. At the end of the show, we'll post them all. And then we'll also, at the end of the show, put a timestamp in the YouTube description so you can go back and watch the analysis, the data, all of the above, race by race by race as they move through the card. We'll move through the card too, Terry, into race number 3, and then probably they'll be ready to run race number 1 by the time we're done with this one.
Yeah, we're shortening up to 6 furlongs. It's a $12,500 claiming race. Purse $23,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards, which have not won 3 races.
And 6 furlongs. If you want to win your 3rd race, Terry, tactical speed does well. So you want to be middle forward. Still a bunch, 35% of the time. They do win gate to wire. There's a big rail bonus for Lucky Dude, so he's lucky to get that rail. 2 and 3 play fair, 4 through 7 a discount, and 8 gets back to almost fair, Terry. So looks like if you're on the inside 3 in race 3 and you have some jets, you got a good chance. And I love the name of the one that has the most speed.
That's right. There's a lot of horses in here with some kind of speed, but that 3 shows the most speed, followed up by the 4. And then the 7 has an overlay of about 4 to 5 to 3 to 1. There are no par plus numbers whatsoever. And 4, 5, and 1 have the best C zones.
Yeah, I tried to get you to say boom, boom, kaboom, Terry.
Boom, boom, kaboom.
Yes, indeed. Boom, boom, kaboom. Well, nobody really wants to be on the lead here, Terry. So whoever gets the lead could have an edge here too, because they're all middle back type horses. The 5 in here, 3-peat is the one with the most versatility. So when the gates open and they get going, tough workout along with 3-peat. Boom, boom, kaboom. Right up in there as well. Trophy room. Those 4, about a length and a half quicker than everybody else. So it looks like most of the speed is going to come from the outside. Looks like the late legs are going to come from the inside with Lucky Dude. Although Lucky Dude probably not all that far off the lead here either. So none of them really seem like they want to get out and go. Trophy room, 4 points clear of Lucky Dude. A couple of points clear of Tough Workout. So this race on paper, at least from a total pace perspective, seems to favor the 7, Terry, and that's where you went.
That's right. I started with Trophy Room. He has finished in the money in 2 out of the last 4 races, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Three Pete, the 5 is my second choice. Won his last race at Parx Racing. The distance won't be a problem for him. And then Lucky Dude, the 1 is my third choice. Finished second versus similar in his last race. He has the highest last speed rating, and the rail post win at 22% clip. And then the 3, Boom Boom Kaboom. He's my long shot. He has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The only bets I have here are normal bets that we have in each race.
Now, I said make some suggestions, Terry. We're willing, but Recap Shepherd says speak Turkish. I don't know that that's something I can do.
I cannot do that either.
Yeah, not yet. I'm gonna have to probably get something like the Rosetta Stone. Fire and Rescue Inquiry. Why do you not allow Race Masters' opinions? We do. Race Masters on here all the time putting his opinions up. We don't, in any way, shape, or form, limit. We're not about the. We're all about free speech here, Terry. Right?
Yeah, and I want to say hi to Don Johnson. He joined our show today. So
yeah, we've never not let people's opinions up in there. That's why do we hate Race Masters? What are you talking about?
Fire and Rescue wants to know if we hate Race Masters. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I don't know. Is this a friend that's playing a prank? I don't know. Can you comment in Unfortunately, no, we can't comment in Turkish. I wish we could recap, but some strange requests today. All right, Terry. I like Lucky Dude. He's the only horse in the field in race number 3 to have hit par for this level at some point. It does have some of its strongest workouts prepping for today. Your pick, Trophy Room, Terry, is absolutely in a good spot. Just needs to run back one race. Probably the most consistent performer in the field and absolutely running at the right distance or 6 furlongs, 8 times out, 2 wins in 4 seconds. 3 Pete has the ability to jump out to a decent lead. There's no question about that, Terry. And going wire to wire is probably its best chance to find its way to the winner's circle. And then number 2, Long-Legged Boy, my long shot. And here the 2 horse, all of its race internals last time out were better across the board. And it's going to cut back in distance. So the horse should be prepped and ready to run one of its better races. Barry Knight, how are you? I know it's early, but what are you guys like for the Kentucky Derby? Anything special? A live Saturday show? We haven't kind of figured that out yet, what we're going to do. But I can tell you that one of the things that we're going to do different, Barry, is we're going to put together a report here on every single horse in the field where we're going to have all of our data. We're going to have race notes for every horse in it for up to the last 3 races so that we can get a good view and picture. So it'll be about as detailed as anything you're going to find anywhere on planet Earth as it relates to the first Saturday in May. Okay, thank you. It was a glitch. Yeah, we're not stopping anybody from commenting. We encourage comments because the comments actually help us with our algorithm. So I don't know why Race Masters would feel that way. In fact, if you'd like, we'd even send him a link. You could join us or her. We don't know who Race Masters is. He or her are welcome to join us for a show if they like to. You wouldn't be opposed to that, would you, Terry?
No, I wouldn't at all. No, I think it would be fun.
Indeed. Well, what also will be fun, Terry, is to see if we can get race 4 in before race 1 starts.
Yes, you're right about that because we're going to go to a mile, and it's a claiming $7,500 claiming price, purse $21,000 for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and upwards, which have never won 2 races.
And at 1 mile, we'll see a couple of these today. Didn't see any yesterday. Stalkers do good, but again, being in the front is the place to be. 46%. It's like a Jamie Ness drop off the claim type number. Strong rail for Secret Temptation. We probably all have one of those. 2 and 3 play fair. 4 through 7 a discount. Really, the best place to be is 8 and out. Are there 8 horses in race 4? No, there's only 7, Terry. But There's only one that has the most speed.
Yeah, that's that 4. It shows lots of speed. Should get to that quarter pole first. The 1 and 5 have a little bit of speed, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. The 2 has an overlay from even money to 7 to 2. And the 4 has an overlay from 8 to 5, 2 to 1. The 2 and 4 show the only par plus numbers, and all of them show some kind of a C-zone number.
Yeah, there's not a green go horse here, though. The 4 kind of close, though. If par plus number was a little bit greener, that would be the case. How about the 4's opportunity to get to the lead? Whoa, Terry. If it does get to the lead, the 4 looks like a lone E type. Everybody else is middle back. Can the 4 get to the lead? Well, in our simulation, yes. But recent form says he might have to work to get the job done. Looking at late speed, however, the 4 will be in that mix along with Motito, the pressure horse. So the pressure horse should be right off the lead where it wants to be. Has some of those late legs along with Wine Goddess. Our top total pace horse, 2 of them standing about 5 points above the rest. So maybe this is a 2-4 exacta. Terry, how do you got it?
Well, I like the 4 inconvertible. She ran second versus similar in last race. She has the highest speed figure today's distance, and her best start speed is fastest among today's starters. The 7 Make a Splash, my second choice. She finished third versus similar in her last race. Her best start speed is close to the average winning speed, and she has blinkers added today to keep her mind on business. And then number 2, Monito. She drops in class today. She can improve while returning to a route. Wine Goddess is my long shot to 3. She just finished third versus similar in her last race. And I'm going to play, other than our normal bets in here, I'm going to do a Don Johnson pick 4, 247, 148 with the 126 with the 257, $40.50 for that pick 4.
Me too. Going to start with the 4 horse, Terry. That one is incontrovertible. Well, it's incontrovertible. This horse ran speed figure 10 points clear of the next closest horse last time out. That's plenty more than Andrew Byer's minimum requirement of 3. Also ran a Z pattern where the early pace was here. Mid pace took a little bit of a breather, found the second win and picked it back up in the late part of the race. Catching a weight break today too with all that speed should be helpful. Number 3, Wine Goddess. Second choice. Another one, Terry, whose race internals in the beginning, the middle, and the end were better than the prior start. Also a Z pattern. Good start. Kind of got off to a little bit of a rest in the middle of the race and found its legs coming home. I think my friend Tom calls this horse a sign of life horse, as it showed a lot of improvement last time out after about to some not so good looking races. Number 2, Motito. This one is a class dropper, making the second start after a layoff. And that was with more than a year on the sidelines. No doubt has the most back class, Terry. This horse could run away with this race or finish 20 lengths behind like she did in her last. So we'll see. There's just a big question mark with that one. And then finally, I agree. Make a Splash should be on your list too, Terry. 3 consecutive speed figure increases, although they're minor, like 1 or 2 points. So really not big jump forwards. So it means the horse should be able to be consistent here. Horse at the distance 2 times out with a win and a second. Did show some improvement the first half mile last time out. I too am going to do a Don Johnson pick 4. And that's a 2, 3, 4 with a 1, 4, 7, 8, and 10, because I feel like that next race is pretty open. 1, 6, and then I'm going to close it out like you with the 2, 5, and 7. So if we're both live to the end, Terry, an opportunity to go double up on the pick 4.
That's right.
We had about a minute to go to race number 1. Right now, in race number 1, the 3 horse is a 2-1 favorite. So according to our simulation, you're still getting more than you should for Screen Saver. Next on the list, according to the bettors, is the 7 horse. So it looks like we're in line with the thinking in Salem, Pennsylvania, and all across the world for those betting on Parx. That one's 7-2. Jarlin, the 3 horse, Terry, is the third choice there at 4-1. And the 11 horse, some what would you call that? I forget the word right now, but it's 11-1. Number 11 is 11-1.
That's right.
What I can't remember like what that name is. Man, I hate when the old person this kicks in and you can't remember the word you're looking for. You know what I mean?
Well, wait till you get to my age. It happens all the time.
Well, something else that happens all the time is free picks. Guaranteed tip sheet. Today it is opening day at FanDuel Sports Park. So if you love this bar, hey, that might be the horse to go ahead and play in the opener there. There is a link down in the description below. Kindly use that so they know where it is you are coming from. Also, if you haven't done so already, follow us, please, on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. We're just a handful of people away from topping 5,000. Please be that person to get us over 5,000. If you're watching on Twitter, please hit that retweet button so other folks that want to know all about Parx Racing will know all about horse racing today and join our community. And then you can see all of our social sites scrolling down there below. Horse Race, the number 2 day on X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, just about anywhere people can share their thoughts on social media. You will find us at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Horse Race 2 day. All right, Terry, looks like they're lining up for their opener there in race number 1. They've panned out to the screen where they're showing the front of the gate. We're just waiting on my 11. Symmetry was the word I was looking for, Terry.
Okay.
That lets you know how long it takes for the synapses to fire up there.
Yep.
To connect, right? It's a little bit of a delay, like the thunderstorm 18 miles off in the distance incoming. 11 doesn't look like he wants to get in at 11 to 1. It's gone up to 14 to 1. Nobody's liking my 11 secret path but me. And I can see why. If he doesn't want to race. Well,
yeah.
All right. So it looks like they finally gathered that one up to the gate. Still a little bit reluctant to go in. And in the 11 secret path goes. 11 horses, bright and sunny day in Bensalem, PA. Jessica Paquette about ready to make the first call, and out the gates they go, Terry. The 2 horse, Jarlane, the one that we thought would be a part of the early mix, along with the 7. The 7's going to get caught 3 wide through the turn outside of the 6 horse. The 1 horse on the rail. So pretty good, clean start for everybody. Yesterday's speed did hold up. So maybe that the 3 horse and the 2 horse and the 7 horse continue to do well. On the outside of them is, it looks like the 6 horse, then the 1 down on the rail as they go through the turn, opening quarter in 23 and 4. Behind that 1 on the rail, you have a whole host of horses in there, Terry. In the very back, it looks like you have the 4 and the 11. That's tough to tell on the TV screen. Meanwhile, the 2 and the 7 continue to set the tone with the 6 horse, Super John, giving pace. Those front runners have themselves about a 3-length lead over everybody else. Looks like right now the 11 horse, my 17 to 1 shot, is getting himself into the mix, making a pretty aggressive rally in there, Terry.
All right.
Maybe right now he's moving the best, Mr. Terry. Maybe I got an upset winner in here in the opening leg, Terry.
Nice price, too.
Yes, 17 to 1. It looks like he's finding his way around the turn there. 17 to 1, 3 wide. I think right now it looks like he's going to run by them all, Mr. Terry.
Good.
I just need the 3 horse to find its way, that favorite, to get the superfecta. Let's see if he can 3 horse can hang on to that. So you have the 11 horse. It looks like that's going to be your winner, Mr. Terry, although the 7 horse is trying to find his way back in. 2 horses kind of fanning out on the track. The 11 horse is your winner, 17 to 1. 7 horse is your second pick. The 2 horse comes in, and then there's your 3. So opening superfecta for our 10-cent bet, Terry. And that is probably going to pay pretty nice, I think, for a dime.
Good way. Good handicapping, Rich.
What was my reasoning for that one, Terry? I forget.
I do too. All I care about is you won.
All right. So Secret Path was better in the middle out last race. Let's go back and look at that. So that's a little bit of improvement, right? You see a horse, maybe the lights coming on. All right, so the 11 horse, 8, 9, 10, 11. Another thing I like to do, too, is look to see if the horse can hit par or not, and they do. So you see here, did show some improvement last time out. Almost better across the board. That was pretty much a tie from the previous start. But you do see this late race improvement, like the horse got some momentum. Definitely a better finish last time out. Good jockey and Jamie Rodriguez, absolutely for sure there. So you're looking for improvement off of that. That's what we got, Terry, and that's fortunately a big price to get started. So hopefully some of you out there played that superfecta for a dime and will be richly rewarded for it. Maybe we can richly reward folks too, Terry, in race number 5.
Yeah, let's go to race number 5. So we're going to go to 6.5 furlongs, and then it's let's see here. It's a maiden claiming race, $10,000 or $16,000 claiming price, $22,000 purse for maidens and fillies and mares 3-year-olds and upward.
Yes, and for those 6.5 furlong runners at this conditions, what you're looking for, Terry, like usual at Parx, is stalkers. You want to be middle forward. This case, maybe not the strongest case for a front runner, but still 25% of them go wire to wire. Pretty strong rail for one of the ones. 2 through 7 play fair. 8 and out, a little bit of a discount, my friend Terry. So it looks like you want to be on the inside 7, particularly if you have some speed. And, well, you can't get more inside than that one.
That's right. That one has a lot of speed, as you can see there. It also has a nice little overlay from about 3 to 5 to 5 to 2. And the one is the only part plus number in here. And all but the 5 have some kind of C zone numbers.
Yeah. And as far as our race shape is concerned, in this one, pretty balanced. The 9 horse in here, intuition is clear. Intuition is clear. Intuition is clear. I must be like someone who does like palm readings or something. 2 and 5 so far. Winbori and the 5 horse Xers, not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. Otherwise, all the other horses that shown some interest, they're pretty balanced in that mix, Terry. 10 horse being a lone pressure type, so could get a good trip. Early on, looks like the 1 horse, one of the ones, is the one that should get the lead. Drowning in Chocolate sounds like a pretty good Easter idea. That one also is what we call a left arrow horse because it has a closing ability, but its early speed today puts it in the contention right off the get-go. Winbori, a lot of late speed relative to everybody else. If that one can get off to a good start at all, could be very difficult to contend with at the end of the race. Our top total source in here is one of the ones. 7 points clear. The next closest horse, Terry. Then you got a few of them in here. They're all bunched up. So it looks to me like on paper, the 1 horse is the one to beat.
Yeah, I like one of the ones as my top choice. She finished 3rd versus similar last race as the favorite, but she has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 33% of the races when bringing a favorite back to race again. The rail post is winning 21% clip, and her best start speed is fastest among today's starters. The 8 is my second choice, has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 22% of the races when taking a horse from a sprint to a route to a sprint and can improve while returning to a sprint. And then number 4, drowning in chocolate,
baby.
Chocolate, yeah, she can improve at the shorter distance. The 2 is my Winbori, is my long shot, finished 3rd in her last race and has a high percentage winning jockey. My normal bets in here.
So just a heads up, that 11 paid $36.60 to win. The trifecta, the 11, 7, and 2 paid $214 for 50 cents. That ain't bad.
Wow.
The exacta paid $74, and that 10-cent superfecta, $119.58.
Great start for you.
Pays for the week, right?
Yeah, so that's right.
Yeah. All right. So in my selections in this case, Terry, I doubt we're going to get those type of odds on one is the ones here, but it's kind of been close-ish at Parx 7 times out. A second trio of quartet of thirds. Man, what is going on today? I feel like yesterday I saw on Twitter there was a thing where they gave a camel a lemon for the first time. If you ever see, Google that. Pretty kind of funny. That's kind of how I feel today. This one rides the hot rail and is our top total pace horse by 6 points clear as a green go horse. Should be all the one's way today, Terry. But if not, Drowning in Chocolate is that left arrow horse that I talked about and did show some early race improvement. So if it can show some more continued early race improvement and then use those late legs, might actually beat that 1 horse. Nezzy's Girl, well, that one scratched, Terry. So I guess I can't put that one back in there. Must have scratched late, right?
It was a late scratch.
So hold on a second. I just deleted the wrong one in there. So I'm going to go with Mummalicious then, Terry, as my class dropper to the lowest level of its career. The 8 horse could be up front. Warrior on the Run gets the next clip for me as the horse with the strongest or second strongest C zone out there on the outside, Terry. And I got to go back then and change in race number 2 my pick. That's race. We're in race number 5, right?
Yes.
So I have to go ahead and 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 7, 8, 10, 1, 6. And that is in race number
2, 3, 4, 5. Go to the last leg is the 5th race.
The
So you
fifth
have to get
race.
rid of the 7 and put something else in there.
Do it looks like I got my stuff all mixed up again here again. So, oh no, hold on. I get it because this is race 4. So race 5, I got it's because it's in this one too. I got it mixed up.
You're in race 4, not
Yeah.
race.
Okay. So here I got to go 1, 5. Okay. So the 7 comes out of my pick 4 here because we have a pick 4 in the other race too, right?
Yeah, we have pick 4 in the 2nd, the 4th, and the 6th.
So I have 1, 4, 8, and 10, and then after that, I'm going to put in race number. We're in race number 5, right?
Yeah.
So is the 6 running in that race or not?
Let's see. Yeah, the 6 is scratched too. So
all right. So next up for me is going to be the 5 horse then, because I mean I've committed to it, so I'm going to put my total dollars to it, 1, 5, 8, and 10, and watch that 5 horse do good for me here. Okay. And then here it's going to be 1, 4, 5, 8, and 10 as well, just to get those pick 4s in line with the selections, Mr. Terry. Otherwise, things get a little bit mixed up.
Okay.
And that's it for race number 5, which was confusing for me because of that late scratch. No late scratches in race number 6, so that pick 4 sticks the same, Terry. And they're going to do something we'll see a little bit of today again.
Yep, another mile and 70 yards. It's a claiming race, a $7,500 claiming price. Purse $21,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, which have never won 4 races.
Hey, Segskin, how are you today? Thanks for joining us. Yes, a little bit of smiley faces on that. I'll teach them Turkish. Okay, if you can teach us, you know what you could do if you wanted to, Murat, in the comment section, translate for us in Turkish. That'd be helpful. I don't speak Turkish, brother. That'd be like me asking you to speak Chinese, man. I haven't spoke a word of Turkish in my life.
No, I mean neither.
Yeah, so I can try, but maybe we can get like a Google Translate up here that takes us verbally and puts it on the screen and maybe I don't know, I'll look into it and see if there's a way that if we speak English, you can listen to it in the language of your choice. I'll see how we can make that happen. Again, at 1 mile and 70 yards, Mr. Terry, 41% of the time the horses win on the lead. There's a little bit of a rail discount for Shell Bell, but not a deal killer. 2, 3 play a little bit better than par. 4 through 7, a little bit of a discount. 8 and out, that gets a bonus as well. So speed anywhere on the track should do all right in race number 6, Terry. And looks like all the speed is on the inside again.
Yeah, the 1 has the most speed, but that 5 has plenty too. So depends on who gets out of that gate with no problems. The 1 shows an overlay 4 to 5 or 2 to 5 to 8 to 5. And then the 1, 4, and 6 are the only ones with par plus numbers. And then 1, 5, 1, 6, 5, 4 have the best or the only C zones.
Yeah, another green go horse in here, and Shell Bell. So from our simulations, Shell Bell should be the one that rings the bell at the end. Most of the horses want to be middle forward. 2, 3 are going to come from off the pace. Either one of them going to be close when the race gets started? Not really. According to that, Angelic Gal should be the one that sets the tone early, although the 1 will make it work because it has almost equal amount of early speed. So the 1 probably just makes that 5 race wide all the way around the track. That could tire that horse, as we see from that late pace. Serenetta, and appealing to the eye, having the most late speed, particularly leaning towards the top closer there in the 2 horse. Our top total pace horse in here, Terry, is Shell Bell, 3 points clear of appealing to the eye, just 2 points clear. They all just kind of stagger down. So it'd be interesting to see how close they finished to this order when the race is over. How closely did you match that order, Terry?
Well, I like the 1, the Shell Bell. She switches to high percentage winning trainer who wins 32% of the races in the first race after claiming a horse and gets a high percentage winning jockey. The 2 is my second choice, Serenetta. She finished 3rd versus Tupper in her last race, drops a class today, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. Lula's Dancer, the 6 is my 3rd choice, has the best dirt speed among today's starters, has a high percentage winning trainer. Angelic Gal is my long shot. The 5 has a high percentage winning jockey, and she has a trainer who wins 33% of the races in the first route race that he has a horse, that he trains a horse, competes in. I'm going to play another Don Johnson pick 4. I'm going to play the 1, 2, 5, 6 with the 2, 5, 7 with the 4, 5, 7, 8 with the 2, 3. That's $36 cost.
Me too, Terry. it seems to be the theme of the day for most of our top picks. Shell Bell, Gringo horse, has a top last race speed figure. That one's 7 points better than everybody else, dropping off the claim. And it could be suspicious. That's what it says in the Brisness race notes. But I don't find it so suspicious when you can double your money, Terry. Is that suspicious to you?
No, it's very good.
Yeah, if you can double your money from one race to the next, I consider that to be a plus. That's not suspicious. That's what is it? Greed is good from the movie Wall Street. All right, Luli's Dancer, the 6 horse, second selection for me in race number 6. Again, another horse today on my picks that ran a Z pattern, strong early pace, a little bit of a rest in the middle of the race, and then picked it back up at the end. And this one is the most consistent, high floor, low ceiling horse in the race. Number 4, appealing to the eye. That's probably what it thinks when it runs at this distance, Terry, because it is the right distance. 6 times out, 2 wins and a third. Every other distance, 9 times out, 1 win, 1 second, 1/3. And the last time the horse ran at this level, did so very competitively. And Sirenetta, the 2 horse, that closer in there, Terry, I think it's going to need to be closer to the front than it has been of late. It looks like it's the morning line favorite. I don't suspect that it'll be the post-time favorite. Well, one of the morning line favorites. I think the odds will probably go up, and maybe you can catch some value on that one at the end. Race 7 in our 11 race card today, as we're flying faster than a 5.5 furlong race at Parx, Terry, but they're going to go just a little bit longer than that in race 7.
Yep, 6 furlongs. It's an optional claiming race. It's $16,000 claiming price if you elect to put your horse in there for that. And then the purse is $30,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, which have not started, for a claiming price of $8,000 or less since April 16th, or a claiming price of $16,000.
And again, 6 furlongs. You got to be fast, Terry. You got to be forward, and there's no question about that. And 35 out of 100 times, the horse that takes the lead at the quarter-mile marker also has it when they take the photo for the finish. Big time rail bonus for busting down doors. It'll be busting out of the gate perhaps today. 2 and 3 play fair. 4 through 7 to get it discounted. It's the worst place to be. 8 and out. They rebound a bit. Still a little bit under par. In race number 7, Terry, don't have to worry about those horses 8 and out. And there's plenty of juice in this race. All but 2 have a shot to get the lead.
Yeah, several of them have, some speed. The 1, 2, and 5 show the most speed according to our data. The 1 has an overlay from about 3.5 to 1 to 5 to 1, and the 2 has an overlay from about 7 to 5 to 7 to 2. 2, 7, 5, and 1 have the par plus numbers, and all but the 4 and 6 have some kind of a C zone.
Yeah, D Cuppich is pretty close to a Gringo horse over here. A sim favorite, top par plus, good shot to be on the lead. Only 1 horse quicker, and by far the best C zone scorer in there. Does that horse also grade out when we look at our trip handicapping? Well, nobody's lead dependent. The 1 and the 3, one of those 2 could take the lead, but they don't need the lead. The 2 and 5 are also very versatile horses as PC types. They can be forward, they can be back. So this could be a tactical race when the races get started. Busting down the doors a little bit quicker than D Cuppage, a little bit quicker than Powa, the Huey Lewis horse of love from the movie. Terry, remember what movie that's from?
No, Power of Love.
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah. That's that
with the big hair, with the
Back
guy
to
with
the
the crazy
Future.
professor.
Back to the
Yes,
Future.
Back to the Future, indeed. Yes. Not only does the Cuppich have some of the most early speed, he does have the most late speed as well, Terry. That's going to add up to your top total pace horse by 7 points clear ahead of the Cuz I Said Woo horse, Terry. Power of Love right there. And again, another one of these races that they just kind of notched their way down. I'll be interested to see when it's over how that order lines up relative to the total pace scores, Terry. I'm also interested in seeing how you lined them up.
Well, I like the 7 because I said she won her last race at Parx Racing, has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and her best third speed is fastest among today's starters. Then that 5 that you were talking about, Power of Love, she has won 2 races out of the last 3.
Love.
Yeah, she's won 2 races out of the last 3 starts, running second versus similar to her last race. She has an early foot, so the shorter distance will be a plus, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. The 2 Decupich, she won. She's another horse in this race that has won 2 out of the last 3 starts. She ran second versus similar in her last race. She's my third choice, and then my long shot is Busting Down the Doors. number 1. She has a good 4 furlong workout on April 8th, and the rail post is winning 22% clip. She has an early speed running style, which will help her chances.
Yeah,
No additional bets.
I think that one could really upset my picks in here, pick 4s and everything else along the way, Terry, that one horse. All right,
Yep.
well, let's talk about why we agree again. Because I said, woo, is in peak form right now. That's absolutely 1,000% for sure, Terry. Don't know how long that's going to last, but ride it while it does. And it looks like it might have a little more upside too, because horse did run better 2 and 4 furlong pace numbers. And again, Craig Milkowski from Time Form US told us in our horse center shows that when a horse shows improvement in the first half mile, it's indicative of a horse that's coming to form. And that's a horse that's already in form. So maybe another level up today. Decuppage battled the 7 last time out in their race, Terry. But the 7 got the win at the end. It is a green go horse in there for sure, Decuppage. Top total pace +7. So maybe today it can turn the tables on Cause I Said. And my biggest concern is that those two burn each other out, to be honest with you. Power of Love, Huey Lewis. This one did show improvement too early on last time out. Perhaps today cutting back in a little bit of distance should be or could be the difference makers. The horse can hustle for a longer time frame. And then finally, Catalone was a really difficult call for me over that one horse, busting down the doors. I think I'll get some better odds on Catalone. And this one's been in the money 11 out of 15 races at Parx. Pretty good percentage there. And then it's making the classic third start after a layoff. But really, if you're deciding between the 3 and the 1, flip a coin. Heads, you go with the 1. Tails, you go with the 3. That's probably how I did my handicapping there, Terry.
All right.
So I should probably do all of it. I might do a little bit better. Let's see. Antonio Giordano. Play the 2, Parx Racing near. Play the second with the 3 horse, I'm guessing, right? Play second of Parx with the 3 horse.
Play in the second Park Racing number 3.
All right. So we got that from Antonio. Thank you, Antonio Giordano. If, like Antonio, you have some thoughts, let us know. We can't speak Turkish, so that comment you don't have to repeat that one. We'll maybe take it into consideration. Outside of that, everything else is up for grabs. Want to say hi to Shelby Creel, Cindy. Is that Laglove? Cindy Laglove, Rick Harper, Mustafa, Doreen Avery, and Yasin Balina for the thumbs up on Facebook. If you're as smart as those folks are, you'll give us a thumbs up on Facebook as well and on YouTube. Really, we appreciate it because it helps us with the algorithms. Any interactivity coming back to watch the races, as I mentioned, we'll put timestamps in them so you can come back and look at race by race as the day moves on. And then, of course, follow us on all of our social sites. Really, if you haven't done so yet on Horse Racing Radar TV here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and the bell so when we go live, you are notified. Help us get over that 5,000 barrier. It's been a long road, but we're on our way there. 5 minutes race to race number 2, Terry. So you and I have more than enough time to do race number 8.
And we're going back to 1 mile and 70 yards. It's a claiming race, $10,000 claiming price. Purse $26,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards, which have not won a race since January 16th. Claiming races for $8,000 or less are not considered, which have never won 4 races.
And at $170 again, 40% of the time they go gate to wire. As far as your post positions are concerned, Terry, looks like you get a little bit of a discount if you're on the rail. So predominate, may not be able to dominate there. 2 and 3, they get a bonus. 4 through 7 discounted. 8 and out get a bonus as well. So be 2, 3, or 8 or higher, Terry, in race number 8. We have 9 horses in this field, so a couple of them getting that 8 and out designation. And looks like there is some speed out there, too, with Mega Charlie.
Yeah, quite a few of them have some speed, but the 8 shows the most speed, followed up by the 5. Then the 7 has an overlay from about 8 to 5 to 4 to 1. The 8 has an overlay from about almost 5 to 2 to 9 to 2. 7, 8, 4, and 5 have the par plus numbers, and they all show some kind of C-zone numbers.
Uh-huh. So our race shape in race number 8 tells us that it's a pretty balanced race in here. Some real flexible horses in here with the 3, the 4, and the 5 in the middle. 2, 7, and 8 want to bust out the gate and see who can get the lead. Looks like the 5 horse, DeSantis, might be the quickest of the bunch. Although of the front runners, Mega Charlie will be in there. You'll have 3 of them in there that'll really be getting after it. A little bit of a gap back. So early speed should be able to run a favorable pace. At the end of the race, Predominate little bit faster than Hey Porter, but way off the pace there. That 7 horse, the 10 horse of the closers in there looks like it should be closest to the front of them. So if the speed does melt up, that one might be the best position to take advantage of it. It's game time over Mega Charlie by 6 points, along with DeSantis. And look at Hey Porter making its nose in there as well. As we mentioned, over about 3 out of 4 races, the winner comes from that grouping right there. Terry, who did you put at the top of your group?
I like 4. Dream Big Dreams. He has won 2 races in a row and is now going for a hat trick. And he has a high percentage winning trainer. Number 7, It's Game Time, second choice. He finished in the money in his last 3 races, winning the last start, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Mega Charlie is the 8. My third choice likes park racing. He's finished in the money 60% of the races that he's had here, and he's won 20% of those starts. The distance won't cause any problems as he's finished in the money 53% of the races he's ran and won 15% of those. The 5 is my long shot, DeSantis. He won his last race at Parx Racing and has a high percentage winning trainer. And I'm going to play my last pick which for Don Johnson and Miami Vice. It's a 4, 5, 7, 8 because that's a wide open race. And then a 2, 3 with the 1, 2, 4, 7 with the 5, 7, 8, 11, $48 cost.
We disagree, Terry. In fact, I don't even have the 4 in my picks. That's probably scare the hell out of me or you. It's got to make you feel good, I would imagine.
I don't know.
It's game time. The 7 horse is my top choice. Jamie Ness off of the claim. Boy, when Jamie claims a horse, they do pretty well. We saw that yesterday. Ran the best speed figure too, and has a really strong workout between races. Top total pace is 6 points over the next closest horse. Baton, the 2 horse, one that you don't have in there, picks Terry. Lowest level of its career. Again, at the end of the day, when I copy and paste my race notes into Excel, I see that come up over and over and over and over. This horse is making the classic 3rd start after a layoff, after being better in that opening half mile. So lots of indications that this horse should be peak form. DeSantis, cut back in distance should help. Another one that showed early race improvement last time out. And Hey Porter, the 10 horse, should be one of those closers as we saw when we did the pace handicapping in there. And there's going to be plenty of horses to get up and get after it in this race. So I think that one could close out. Mega Charlie, the 8 horse, was my next selection. So I was deciding between speed and a closer. And I just felt like the shape of this race, you had to throw somebody in there that could close. And of the front runners, I thought the 8 would be the most likely to tail off at the end, although it is a green go horse too, Terry. So Mega Charlie could very well be your winner in race number 8. The 8 in the 8. I think this is a wide open race in here for sure, Terry. Yep. Race 2 about to get cracking. So let's go back to our picks as well as our all of our simulations right now. The 3 horse Esor, the one I was thinking about putting as my top choice. That one is your second choice. The 1 horse Roman Empire looks like it might rule over this race, Terry, at 6-5, according to the bettors. Boy, I hope that one doesn't win. Terry doesn't mind because it's in his pick 4. We'll both take the 7 Major Cam right now at 9-2. That'd probably be our preferred choice between the 2 of us, I would suggest, because that's the highest odds to get the pick 4 started. After that, the 6 horse is 8-1. Everybody else is, and that very few others in there, 12-1 on the 2 and 13-1 on the 5 horse. Mr. Terry.
All right.
And then while they try to corral the 6 and get him in again, just remember, if you want to play FanDuel on opening day and really like that bar, but let's look at the second race in here. Do we have another best bet? Napa Bit. I don't know what that has to do with drinking, but if it has something to do with drinking, you can get yourself a new form of daily double in the race 1 at FanDuel Park. Link down in the description below. Free picks over there every single day. So make sure you use that link so they know you're coming from here. They're off and running in race number 2. Looks like the 7 horse Terry. Major Cam is the one that's taking the early initiative, but boy, you got 5 horses across the track there. 7 horse going to be stuck wide through the opening turn, but able to close down because the 6 and the 7 were able to move themselves out to the front of the pack. That 7 looks like it's really going pretty aggressively, Terry. So I know you have them on top. We're both cheering for that one to take home the prize here. I'm a little concerned that those fractions for the distance might be a little bit hot. Actually, not 24 seconds. So it just looked faster than it was. So the 4 horse on the lead. You got the 6 horse Disturbed in second. The 1 horse on the rail is in third. The 3 horse right now, Esor, running between horses. That might be a difficult trip. About 2 lengths back then to the 5 horse. Tequila Made Me Do It. Looks like maybe he had a little too much tequila last night because it doesn't look like he's going to do it. And then that's the 5 horse, no 2 horse. Imagine this, the closer in the closing position. They got away with a slow half, Terry, 49-1. So they ran 25 seconds. 7 horse has no excuses. That 3 horse, Terry, that one's going straight backwards. So maybe he had too much tequila last night. The 7 horse continues to hold the lead, although the 1 horse at 4-5 is trying to make up ground. We're both right now hoping that 7 horse comes home the winner, particularly Terry. He's on the top of your picks. And that 1 horse right now is trying to come. They're trying to corral it. 7 horse continues to hold the lead. The 1 horse continues to try to make up ground. Looks like he's finally got that horse to switch strides. And then the 1 horse at the end here, going to go by, Terry. 4-5 winner. It's going to go 1, 7, 2, and 5. Once I have no idea what happened to that 3 horse. It finished dead stinking last for Esor. It's always the next horse for me, Terry, on the pick 4, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I wish that 7 would have won. So, but
would have been better for both of us at 5-1, right?
It would have been, yeah.
Absolutely. Always the next pick, dooming me in when I don't get those pick 4s, Terry. All right, let's see. We got Kaise's picks in here today. Kaise Feisty picks, Parx. Screenshot that, folks. Race number 1's in the books. Race number 2 is in the books. So you can take a look at this as the race moves on. Also timestamp it, showing up at approximately the 56 mark. Race number 9, Terry, is that what we're doing? 3 races left?
That's right. We're going to do race number 9, and it's 5.5 furlongs. It's a claiming $15,000 claiming price, purse $28,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since January 16th. Claiming races for 12.5 or less are not considered, or which have never won 4 races.
Well, you get to that lead, you might win a race since January the 16th, because a whopping 56% of the time, if you get the lead at 5.5 furlongs, Terry, you never see the backside of another horse. And in this situation, really, the best place to be is on the outside. The rail has not won a race yet. 2 and 3 have really underperformed as well. 4 through 7 and out is the best place to be. So outside speed, Terry, is ideal in race number 9. Looks like the fastest one on the outside is the 7, but the rail is where all the speed is at.
Yeah, the 1 shows the most speed, although all of them show some kind of speed. The 7 has the only overlay 4-1 to 6-1. All but the 1 and 5 show par plus numbers, and all of them have C-zone numbers.
And our race shape for the beginning of the late pick 3, everybody wants to be forward, Terry. So the 2 and 7 could get the best trips in here, as they're the PC types. Everybody's going to be blazing out of the gates. Look at that. Minus the 5 horse Would Be Wild. So maybe that one's some false speed. Cross that one off at your risk, because while it might not get off to the best start, it should have the best ending in this race. About a length quicker than everybody else and about a length off. Looks like they're all going to hit at the finish line at the same time, Terry. It's going to be a 5-way photo, but not according to our top total pace. Partsy, a little bit better than Would Be Wild, just a little bit better than Faith, a little bit better than Captain Candy. Looks like that 1 horse is the only one that doesn't really fit into the picture. In 5 horse races, Terry, we were told by Steve Fielder that you take the longest shot on the board, Terry. There's really not a long shot on the board, so we were going to start off with the 2 horse, which is one of the longer shots, maybe.
Yeah, well, that's my pick of the day, too, at Parx. It's number 2, Faith. He has won 2 out of his last 3 starts, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and he has the highest speed figure at today's distance. 3, Captain Candy, my second choice, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 4, Partsy, won his last race at Parx Racing, earning the highest lap speed rating. And then the 5 is my long shot, Would Be Wild. He won his last race at Parx Racing. I play $5 to win on the 2 horse, and then a $1 double 2 with the 1-7.
I'll start with the 3-horse in here, Terry. Captain Candy, plenty of early speed, biggest class dropper in the field. And Jamie Ness and Mikael Sanchez, that combination wins at 28%. I think you'll get close to 4-1 odds. Maybe not. We'll see. Faith, well, Terry's top pick. Have faith in that for sure. Definitely have faith in this horse at this distance. 4 times out, 3 wins, nothing else, but still 75% winner at the distance. Maybe the most upside in the race as well. But I am not a fan of what happened last time out. So I downgraded him a little bit. Partsy, the 7-horse, likely to be better in the second start after a layoff. And to me, this horse is the key to the race because this one at times, Terry, can make just incredible stakes level. I mean, high stakes level mid moves. If he does, coming out of that turn, get all that momentum built to the finish line, he rolls to the W. And then finally, number 6, Datos, has the most late speed in this race, Terry. There's plenty of fast ones up front, as we saw. Strong workout between races. Maybe they have a speed melt up and that one goes and gets them.
Well, sorry to tell you, but the 6 is a late scratch.
Another one of those late scratches?
Yep.
What the hell is going on there, Terry? Well, I guess I'm going to go with the 1-horse then as the speed horse up in there. That's my next pick. So does that mess up my pick 4s in here too?
I don't know.
Let's see. Did I have
all the last race? I think, yeah.
So I had 2, 3, 7. So I didn't have the 6 in there. So 2, 3, 7 still are my 3 picks. Good. So the pick 4. How about in this one here though? Did I have the 2, 3, 7? All right. So all works out just fine. That takes us off to race number 10, Terry. 2 to go. The first leg of the late daily double. I told you they're going to run this mile twice today.
That's right. It's another mile. It's an optional claiming race, $50,000 claiming price. If you elect to put your horse in there to possibly be claimed, purse $53,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards, which have never won 3 races other than maiden, claiming, starter, or state bred, or which have never won 4 races, or claiming price of $50,000, or which have not won a race since January 16th. That was a mouthful.
Yes, the 1-horse Roman Empire won that second race. To answer everybody's question, the one Roman Empire did rule that race at 4 to 5 odds. All right, so 1 mile, Terry, you're looking for horses that have a little bit of juice in them. In fact, a lot of juice, a lot of octane when that gate opens and the dirt starts flying. 46% of the time, get to the lead, stay on the lead, go to the winner's circle, pass go, and collect the winner's check. Very strong rail for Counter Spy. 2 and 3 play fair. 4 through 7 get discounted. 8 and out is the absolute best place to be. So Buffalo Girl speed on the outside, Terry, could be a good place to be. But again, we find all of the speed middle in.
Yeah, that's right. That 1 and 4 have the most speed, and they're pretty close as far as the data goes. So it could be head to head all the way to the quarter pole. And the 1 has an overlay from about 1 to 5 to 3 to 1. And then the 1 has the highest par plus number. It's a really nice one, followed up by the 7 and then the 4. And then all but the 6 have some kind of a season number.
Scaramouche, Scaramouche, can you do the fandango, right, from Queen? I think that's what they say in that song. I have no idea. That's always what I thought they said. And then when I saw a horse named that, that was confirmation for me. You have a lot of versatile horses in here again, Terry. The 1, 2, 4, and 7, they can be really anywhere on the track. So nobody's lead dependent. If they are looking for a horse that can get on the lead and go wire to wire, that'll be the 1-horse, Counter Spy. We saw that in our simulations. Scaramouche, I won't do it again, but that one also has some early speed. At the end of the race, Counter Spy has the most in Yodel EA. Ooh, can you yodel, Terry?
No, I can't. Yo.
Who has any page to watch American races other than GRTV, Julio, we were told, is the place to go to watch if you're south of the Texas border. So GRTV is what we were told. All right. As far as our top total pace is concerned, Terry, Counter Spy is a whopping 17 points better than the next closest horse in this race. According to this, the 1-horse should win this race by 3-4 lengths, maybe the biggest winner of the day on the card. And we both have that one put at the top of our picks. In fact, I soloed it in my pick 4.
You sure did, and I should have done that. But anyway, he's my top pick. Also has won 3 races in a row. Rail post win in 25% clip. He has the highest speed figure at today's distance. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters. And then I like 7, riding with Biden. He has finished in the money in 7 of his last 9
Well,
races.
based upon the polls, not too many people doing that anymore.
No, and he's won 5 of the starts. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. Eloquence, the 2 is my third choice. He won his last race at Parx Racing, and the distance won't be a problem. Windsor Gold, the 4 is my long shot, has finished in the money in his last 5 races, and he won 3 of those starts. Has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm out of money, so other than our normal bets, that's all I can do. No bets.
I'm going to go with the 1-horse 2 Counter Spy. Mr. Terry as the top choice in here. Top last race speed figure by 12 points. That's more than enough to win this race. Top total pace by 18 points. Well, that's usually more than enough to win this race. Gets that real good, strong rail bonus as well, Terry, with some speed that goes 46%. So everything in the planet says this horse should win, and he'll probably finish second because we see so many horses with this profile, for whatever reason at Parx, finish second. Riding with Biden is going to drop from a grade 3. And at times, this one has some crazy early speed. So maybe if the president can find some more of that crazy early speed, rebounds and wins this one, as well as the one he won last time. Number 2, Eloquist. The resume says the second race after a layoff could be considerably better, perhaps a lot better than the first up. And then finally, Scaramouche. Scaramouche, can you do the Fandango? Can definitely do Parx, Terry. 9 times out at that track, won 6 of them. So by my definition, that's a horse for the course. Last race of the day is race number 11 in these 11 race cards that they're tossing out at Parx. You know, some people, sometimes they don't talk the most glowingly about Parx, but I got to say, perhaps if you don't like Parx in terms of some of the on-track shenanigans that people make claims about, I like the track, and clearly the folks in Pennsylvania are doing something right that they can fill full fields in 11 races, and other places have 8 races with only 4 or 5 horses in some of the cards, even at high stakes level.
I agree with you. I like it, especially because of so many fields that are full, and I've liked it since it was Philly Park. I liked it when it was Philly Park, so I've always done pretty well here.
All right, well, Terry, who does well, or what kind of thing? What do you need to do well here?
Well, we're going to finish up with a mile and 70 yards. It's a $5,000 claiming race, $18,000 purse for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, which have not won a race since October 16th.
And as we say in the first 2 races at a mile and 70 yards, the most popular over the first couple of days at Parx this week, early speed, 41%, wire to wire. Rail discount for Carly Hustle. 2 and 3 bonus, 4 through 7 discount, 8 and out. Again, a little bit of an edge out there. So be 2 or 3, be 8 or out, Terry. Be fast. And, well, all the way on the outside, we do see a Buffalo girl that's got a lot of wheels when the gates open.
Yep, that's right. Out there, that 11 shows the most speed of all, as you can see there. And the only other 2 is the 5 and the 2. And then the 1 has an overlay of 13-1 to 15-1. The 8 has a nice overlay from about 7 to 5 to 4-1, and the 11 has an overlay from 3-1 to 5-1. None of them show any kind of par plus numbers. The 11, 2, 9, and 8 have the best C zones.
And when we put up our simulations, you see this combination here, top C zone, and it does have the top C zone, and really strong chance to get to the lead. A lot of those horses actually go to the lead or sit right off the pace and actually end up going into the winner's circle. In race number 11, early speed belongs to 2, 5, and 11. Everybody else wants to close. So far, the 3 and 6, they've not been a part of the story at the end of the race. Early on, the speed does belong to Aaron's Enthusiasm, about a length better than a Bit Bad and Bougie, Terry. She got game, got a little bit of game when the race skates open as well, the 5 horse. So the 3 front runners should be up front. If the 11 can clear without working too hard, but nonetheless, only 3 of them here, pretty good advantage over the rest. They shouldn't have to race too fast to get to the front. If they do, Melodia, a 2-length advantage over everybody else. So the strongest of all of the closers, Terry, and really of all the other horses, not going to be that far from the group. Total pace in this race to close it out belongs to the 11 and then the 8. So you got speed or you got closer at the top, a little bit of gap down to Carly Hustle there. So maybe a decently priced 11-8 exacta to close out the show in here. Terry, You think the 8's going to win? I think the 11. I'm going speed. You're going closer. Why does closer beat the speed?
Well, she's won 2 races in a row, going for a hat trick, and that's one of my favorite angles. And she has the highest last speed rating and has a good workout on April 9th. Then I'm going to split the 8 and the 11 with the 5. She's got game. She drops in class today. She switches high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then that 11, Erwin's Enthusiasm, has an early running speed style, which will help her chances. And she can improve at this returning to a route. Number 7, Classy Miss. She has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and her best start speed is fastest among today's starters. She's my long shot. No additional bet for me because I'm out of money.
I am going to go with that 11 horse. I have no idea what happened in that last race. Just pretty terrible. So I'm going to take that one, throw it away. Boom. And the horse, the reason I'm going to do that is since that race, whatever went wrong, the horse has a really strong the best workout between races for any horse in here. So I'm expecting a rebound and hopefully get a rebound at a good price for the horse that gets to the lead and doesn't give it up. Start the race with the 11 and end the race with the day with the 11. That would be symmetry, the word I was searching for earlier in the day. She's got game, the 5 horse, just like you, splitting the 11 and 8, Terry. So just reverse thinking. At Parx, 6 times out, 2 wins, a second and a third, coming off a long break. I should point out, not lone break, and has a trio of workouts that are okay. So the horse should be ready to go. Number 8, Melodia, did run the top last race speed figure. It was 8 points better than any other horse in the field. And ordinarily, I would take my Sharpie out and circle that one, Terry. But you know why I didn't?
No.
It ran at Penn last time.
Penn National horse.
And it does have a workout between races. Finally, Carly Hustle was a tough call for me over your Classy Miss, but I'll take the bigger price. This one really, Terry, should be like just involved from the beginning to the end, not too far off the lead, far enough ahead of the closers, that just being in proximity of the winners, of the front runners, and ahead of the closers should give this one a chance. So that's why I put the 1 in there at a price. And this is where I'm going to bet my last few bucks. 5-8-11 over to 5-8. That shouldn't be the 5-8. That should be the 5-11. I have no idea what I'm doing half the time, Terry. I probably should leave it 5-8 because that's probably how it's going to go now.
Probably.
Over the 1, 5, 7, 8, and 11. That is my trifecta, my last $6 of the day, our last picks of the day, our total picks for today. Looks like my third pick, Terry. Just take that one all the way down the card and you'll be all right because it was the winner in the first race, the winner in the second race, third pick for you in the second race as well. So It should be a day of 3s at Parx today. Tomorrow will be a day at Lexington, Kentucky, where Terry and I, for the next couple of days, will make our selections for Keeneland. Make sure that you tune in for that, Terry. And what's the best way to make sure you don't miss anything we do?
Well, you need to subscribe to YouTube and hit the little bell so it notifies you about our different programs, and go down there and copy the link and share it with all your friends, relatives, and everybody you know. And then go to our social sites as far as Facebook, X, Instagram, Threads, and at Horse Race, the
TikTok,
2-day Horse Race, the number 2 day, and give us likes and thumbs ups.
Just a quick note on our YouTube channel. We'd greatly appreciate it. Right now, there are well more than 18 people watching. They see only 1 out of 10 people hit the subscribe button. We're only 18 people away from hitting 5,000. Please do us a huge favor today. Head on over to Horse Racing Radar TV on YouTube if you haven't done so already. Hit that subscribe button so that when we get back here tomorrow for Keeneland, with your help, we'll be over 5,000, and we'd greatly appreciate that. Again, free track today over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet is opening day at FanDuel. There is a link down in the description below. Kindly go use that so they know that you come from our recommendation. I do all the handicapping over there mostly anyway, so same stuff that goes into here goes in over there. Any final thoughts from you, Terry, before you and I part ways to come back to share some wisdom on Kentucky racing tomorrow?
Yeah, just first of all, I'm looking forward to Keeneland. It did really well last week on Wednesday. I had 2 pick 4s, so that was pretty nice. But other than that, just keep safe, have a great rest of the week, and hope you win at everything you do in life.
Absolutely. Well, we certainly, along with winning everything you have in your life, whatever it is that you're pursuing goal-wise, we hope it has God's grace, God's favor, and everything you do in life, horse racing picks, sports picks, just hanging out at my favorite bar. No matter what it is, Terry, we certainly hope it ends up in one place only. Oh, well done, Rich, on first huge price. Thank you, Jose, from Caracas, Venezuela. Maybe someday we'll go down there and say hi. Until then, we hope everything in your life ends up, Terry, in our favorite place.
Winner's Circle.
See you tomorrow, hopefully in the Keeneland Winner's Circle.